Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our. Is this our fourth episode now? Fourth episode of
Oh,
Dublin's
I keep getting
Finest
confused
podcast.
with my
No,
other podcasts as well.
no, it is the fourth one because the first one
And
was with
well, we
me,
did one with Ethan, one with me and you, one with
Dylan,
Dylan, and then
and then this one now.
this
So yeah, this is the fourth
one with Ethan.
episode of
Terrible.
Dublin's
Fuck,
Finest
can't stand
podcast.
Ethan, so we should
He
just
he
delete that.
will be back on eventually, just when he gets out of bed.
We starts going to bed at 7 a.m.
And sleeps until 3 p.m. But
How have you been?
me,
Yeah.
grand, yeah. Been busy with work and but I have a couple of
Oh
days
yeah.
off
What's the story with that? Like, how many days are you doing a week?
now. Usually I'm doing about 4 now. When I was in college, I was doing about 3, maybe 2, 3 a week, but up to 4 now because it's obviously summer and
And
there's
what,
no
and
college.
what are they doing with the whole COVID thing? Like, what are the precautions? Like,
Well, they have a lot of reduced staff, so there's not as many people as there normally would be on any given day. They've
where the people let go?
no, they weren't let go. They just like they'll have like some amount of people in at some time, then those people go home, and then the next people come in.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like, it's like you before we were given before we were told we were open again, the staff were given the option to say whether they want to come back to work or don't, if they feel comfortable or not going back to work in this, in this climate. So a few of my friends haven't come back, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, no, it's
they haven't come back. That's absolutely fine. Pussies.
no, but there's a lot. It's all very different. We all have to wear face masks. It's
Yeah,
mandatory. We have, the perplex screens up, like separating each station, so there's no kind of like you're not on top of everyone.
yeah,
And there's like a reduced menu, and they're encouraging people to pay with a card instead of cash, just to make it less kind of, because when you're
yeah,
handling
yeah.
money, it can be quite. It's not as clean as just paying, like tapping with the
And
card.
when are they? Did you say you're allowing customers in, or is it just drive through?
The drive-through is the one that's open now, but they're doing delivery as well. So only delivery drivers can go in, but the crew members and delivery drivers go in separate
Yeah.
ways. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. By the way, there's some fucking shit going on in my house right now, so sorry if there's any noise.
yeah, I was literally about to say the same thing. We have some work being done in the back
Shut
garden.
up!
We,
Fucking fuck.
we have some work being done in the back garden. So if there's any background noise, I do apologize. But
It's a garden, right?
yes, putting
Fun.
we're putting AstroTurf in the back garden.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
actually, yeah. Fuck, I had this like mad dream. I keep having these mad dreams.
about what?
I had this mad dream this morning that I was back in school, and like it kind of like it was one of those dreams where it was like almost like in a revelation, or it kind of opened my eyes to what it was like in school,
Mm-hmm.
like how people would treat me or something, like certain people, and I realized a lot about like people, the cunts and the oh fuck, the 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 some of the the people I didn't like in
Old
school,
boys.
how they would act. Like yeah, I kind of realized like when there's some guy you just don't like and he's a bit weird toward you, he's like, oh hey Daniel, like really kind of patronizing almost.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I had like this revelation in my head that like those guys that were really patronizing towards me, or like they'd be fake towards me, they'd be a fake nice towards me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they had like a really deep insecurity, or they were almost threatened by me. I don't know. My dream, I was just like, I don't know. It just things were like different branches. I was seeing things from different
So
angles.
the tables have turned.
Yeah, yeah. I actually beat the shit out of one guy in my class, in my Spanish class.
Violence
Yes.
is never the answer, kids. But kind of going into a set topic now. I know we've kind of discussed about, like, it's just been kind of off the cuff so far, but one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about in this episode was, obviously I know people are probably sick to death of hearing it week after week after week about the coronavirus, but in Ireland, it
But
seems it's getting a lot better. I think yesterday we had like 9 new cases. in the whole
Yeah.
country. So that's probably the lowest, if not the lowest we've had since March. Um, and a lot of the restrictions are easing. You see, phase two started a couple of days ago. We're allowed travel. People are allowed travel anywhere within their county, even if it is further than 20 kilometres. Team sports are back, so if it's like football or rugby training can resume, and then also pubs and like will hopefully be opening again in a couple of weeks. And
Yeah, I was asked to go back to work on the 13th of July.
are you going to?
Was that book up? No, no.
You can
I
go
said
back then.
I was like, yeah, fine, but yeah, I was just like, yeah, no bother.
Yeah, but it's an interesting thing because like as the restrictions ease, obviously people are going to want to get out and do things and want to kind of get some form of normality back into their lives. And just like I'm the same. I want to go back and do things that we were doing before all this happened, but there has to be some level of caution to how kind of much we do and where we would feel kind of where our comfort zone would be. So I just wanted to get your take. Like, I know a lot of people will be going on had or have holidays booked for the summer, whether it be July or August, and then even the pubs reopening and stuff. I want to get your take on how comfortable would you feel being either on a plane going to wherever or being in a pub where there will be a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, lately since things have started to ease, I keep going through this kind of whirlwind of different opinions about the virus.
Mm,
So like sometimes I'm like, maybe it's just like a winter thing, and that like maybe like the flu almost is just like just in cold temperature it flourishes,
mm,
but when it starts to get a bit warmer, things die down. It's not as bad, which may be the case. We actually don't know, but like in terms of like comfortability, it's a bit weird because I think like sometimes I'm uncomfortable in my own, like as in not in my own house, but like as in I'm still kind of uncomfortable with being in a certain distance to someone.
yeah.
Like but it's more so paranoia.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing, really. Uncomfortable. You're kind of paranoid. You're worried about like them potentially having it and spreading
Yeah,
it or whatnot.
and then like as in SBG Ireland, the MMA gym, they're opening back up on the 20th of July, and I want to get back in there, train and all that stuff.
How comfortable would you feel?
Yeah, that's one thing because it's one thing like just doing pads or something or solo drills.
But when you have to train with somebody, it can be very.
Yeah, or like doing jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu where you're literally rolling around with another fella.
Mm. But yeah,
And
but
like
going on to
as
that,
in
the way.
like can I just say like
Yeah.
literally like a couple of days before the this whole coronavirus in Ireland started, like the pandemic started, like we were shut
Mm,
down.
yeah,
I was rolling around with a guy in the gym in jiu-jitsu. I remember I keep having this vivid image of him on top of me. Oh, it sounds so weird, but he's like out of breath and sweaty and stuff. I remember like his sweat hitting me and all this stuff, and
yeah.
it would be weird doing that kind of stuff.
But
Even
I wonder would that even be allowed? Like I know the gyms and stuff are opening and all these kind of recreational centers are opening again, but would they allow such close physical contact so soon?
yeah,
But would it be limited
yeah,
for the
like
first
as in
couple of weeks?
I think there's an air of desperation now. I think we're getting worried as an economy to open back up.
Mm-hmm.
I think you saw our local pub are they're really trying to like make it known to everyone around the area about them selling food and all the stuff that the restaurants back open and stuff. And I think there's an air of desperation to get the economy back up and running.
Yeah. But like I suppose that's like if they're able to do these kind of
Yeah,
takeaway food and pints and stuff, like why not?
yeah, but it's just like as in we need to just kind of instead of like rushing back with like a couple of things all in one go. We need to do it very slowly. And I
Mm,
know in some elements, like we have been doing that, like with the government's proposals. It's just that like I just hate if we rush back too soon with loads of different stuff, whether it's hairdressers or whatever,
mm,
and we take it for granted.
mm. Well, I think that's why they've done this phase thing. I know it's been reduced from 5 phases to 4 phases, but
It's basically three. Like it's like like things are actually kind of
Yeah.
getting back to reality,
I kind of
normality
think
now.
once it gets to phase 3, if we keep, because the cases are in the single digits now, so if they keep that for not only the rest of this phase, so what's it, another about 2.5 weeks, and then for the next phase they might say we can go back to normal, but that will completely exclude like
Yeah,
large kind of gatherings, so like clubs and concerts and
I,
festivals won't happen again this year.
they won't happen at all.
They won't happen this year because there's mass gatherings are completely
So like going out like to a nightclub.
not until there's a vaccine, because they're not, you can't have that many people.
Yeah, I don't think nightclubs will officially close. I think they'll do something similar to like the drinks and stuff, selling drinks or pints or whatever.
They might just do like a reduced capacity, but it would be very hard to kind
That
of
would be
tell.
so stupid. So,
Exactly, it'd be very hard to tell people no, like you're
but
not
not
going
even
to
that.
do it.
Like just nightclubs as settings, if they were to almost like transform or change into a pub or a bar for the time being, it still won't work. Like, as in, I have a picture of Academy. Like, as in, like I couldn't go. I wouldn't go to Academy as my local. You know what I mean?
Mm. And then again, like a nightclub is
I
kind of
suppose
meant
people are
to be,
desperate.
it's meant to be a social event, and it's kind of the busier it is, like the better it is, and
Yeah,
it's not going to be. I'd be very surprised. I'm almost certain they won't be open again this year till there's a vaccine. But
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
it's an
I
interesting
think
topic.
there's still though to go back to what you were saying though, your original question.
Yeah,
I think there's an air of like, well, yeah, uncomfortability, but like distrust. Like, I don't know if I trust everyone outside my circle, because there's people I know that really don't give uh, an fuck about the situation, or like they're a bit complacent about like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna get the virus or whatever.
hmm
Like, look at me,
a
I'm
lot of
just,
people are like that though.
yeah, and it's just I'd just be afraid that like
But how would you?
people
Okay,
start forgetting like this the whole distance thing, and that like we get up in people's like fucking faces and all this stuff, and
we're going to go back to the first part, like the first kind of tied in kind of thing with this. Remember, I said like, would you feel comfortable? I said people have holidays booked in maybe July or August. How comfortable would you feel getting on an airplane, like close together?
yeah, so like, yeah, I'm going on holiday in July, so
All right,
yeah,
where are you going?
and I'll have to quarantine when I get home.
Where are
But
you going?
but how comfortable I'd be on an airplane? I'm never really that comfortable on an
Well,
airplane anyway,
particularly in
so it's
this
going to be a very
environment.
strange experience. Airplanes aren't the most hygienic.
No, but I suppose they might have
There's
to like just.
smell on them as well. They're not. There's Ryanair, Jesus. Um, no, but like, I don't know. Like, as in, I wonder what precautions airplanes are going to take, because you can't put the amount of full attendance on there. It's
No, they
it's
might have to do.
claustrophobic as it is.
Yeah, they might just do like reduced flights and have like no one sitting in the middle seat, and then after like
Yeah,
completely like delouse the cabin, completely like blitz it clean,
yeah.
sanitizer. But
I'd say
that's the
I'd
only
say
thing I can see.
I'd say we need to make it a requirement to wear masks as well
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
on
another
planes.
thing. That's another thing. They
Yeah,
should do it in general on any public transport at the moment. Buses, like, you know.
yeah. There's a small bit of risk on a holiday. Um, but I think in general there'll be precautions taken.
They have to.
Like, as in, I don't know. Like, as in, I go up and down with this, because I sometimes I really don't feel worried about the virus. Like, with that, like, as in, I think we've seen the worst of it. I think we know what it actually is. I don't think it's as strong as we think it is.
Mm.
But at the same time, then I'm also like, oh, but I don't want to get complacent either.
But the thing is, like, getting complacent, like, we were kind of looking at this from our point of view, like, I'll get it, I'll be fine. But if you come home, pass it on to an elderly relative or even a parent that's somewhat vulnerable, that they could, like, be at
Yeah,
serious risk of it. So
like
that's the issue.
I go well when it's really good weather. I'll go out to my local kind of park and or pitches or whatever they're called, and do my workout or whatever. And I was there like on Monday because it was nice and sunny, and again, there's loads of groups, like 6 or more, some even like groups of 20, younger people just out together. Actually, funnily enough, a couple of young ones, young women who were like 15, kept coming over to me exercise. I'm like, get away from me. They'd be like, oh, you doing your yoga there? I was just like, fuck
Like,
off.
were they being patronizing?
Yeah, and I was just like, fuck off. And I think I was like, go back to school. I said, like, go back to school or something like that. And she said that they said something to me. I was like, like, but it's
Like,
just like,
I suppose now in this phase you're allowed to meet up to 15 people outside, but
yeah, but
yeah,
no, like,
but that's assuming that they're socially distancing, which a lot of people aren't.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think, look, you can't bring out a measuring tape, which you
but
usually are. Like, there's not going to be guards with measuring tapes out and about checking. Well,
yeah,
of course, we're always going to break the distance,
yeah. So it's just
you know.
there has to be some level of trust from the government or the kind of.
So yeah, but what about you though? Are you uncomfortable? What's your opinion? You're asking me this, but what about you?
Funny enough, I actually had a conversation with my mom about, because obviously what Carl mentioned, he was going on a holiday in July. I'm going on that holiday, and my mom was asking me if, because we haven't heard anything from our airline about it being cancelled, we're assuming that it's going ahead until we hear otherwise. My mom said, "How? What are you feeling? Do you want to go, or do you not want to go? Like, how comfortable would you feel going?" And I said to her, it's very, very kind of 50-50. It's kind of like, I would be a little bit kind of paranoid or a bit kind of scared getting on the plane if it's a lot of people. And
I think
even
the
though
plane's going to be the worst part.
the plane, yeah, but even to a small extent, even being over there, it is like, there's no two ways about it. It will be a bit kind of you'll be a bit nervous about getting near people or people coming near you in a different country. But then, as I said to my mom, on the flip side, it's like, it's the first time I will have gone on a holiday with like friends without like family. Um, so it's kind of something that I would really, really be, I feel like I'd really miss out if I kind of didn't go. Um, so I'm kind of very in the middle of it. So yeah, but I suppose we'll
Well,
learn a bit more
I
as we
think
get
what we have to
closer
be
to the thing.
careful of is like drinking and stuff. As in, like, of course, drink. We should drink and all, but I think we should always remain with our judgments and our inhibitions intact. You know.
Be sensible the whole time.
Yeah, like I think we should just keep an eye out for everything because we wouldn't want to be fucking getting rat arse and then like just like just the whole distancey stuff and any precaution that we were planning on taking just goes out the window, you know.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
yeah, is there any other topic that you want to bring up?
Actually, but funny enough though, I think because we're going to a hot country, a hot place, and I think there's something to be said that like I don't know if the virus is very strong. I don't know what the data on this is, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the virus is very strong um, in hotter conditions. You know. Also, like as in also, you know, look, maybe it won't work for in the week that we're there, but like we're because of the sun, we're going to be getting a lot of natural vitamin D as well, and that's very good for fighting this virus off. So you know,
Yeah, well, there's a lot of elements to it that there's a lot of kind of. It's just a very difficult thing because obviously it is getting better. It's obviously, as you
yeah.
said, we're probably over the worst of it now, but there's still always going to be that lingering fear for, well, until there's a vaccine everywhere.
Do you get really sick often, like yearly?
Uh, Funnily enough, before this all happened, probably around October to February, so October 2019 to February this year, I was like deathly ill. I had the flu
Oh yeah, I
for
remember
months,
that. Yeah,
and I had strep throat as well. You know, when your kind of glands swell up.
yeah,
I had that for a couple of weeks.
fat face.
Yeah, that's the scientific term for it. But I had that, so I was sick for like a good 4 months, and then I was kind of a bit worried when this all started because like my immune system isn't the strongest, so I was kind of a little bit worried like when this all happened because obviously it's kind of people who have kind of somewhat kind of a weak immune system or underlying health issues. Like I don't have any underlying health issues, but I was just so kind of
Apart from being good looking.
you can I won't judge that. You can be the judge of that. But it's I was kind of very worried because I was like I just gotten over the worst of what I had, both the flu and the strep throat. But like since this has all happened, I haven't been sick once.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of similar now. I had a sinus infection, like that. I'm actually getting over now. Sinus infections are weird because they can kind of linger for ages. They just linger for ages.
Yeah.
And it's like you can get on with your life, you can exercise and all that stuff, but there's just that annoyance there sometimes that you
Yeah.
get from them. But like I'm kind of similar. Like I'm very surprised that touch wood I haven't got it yet. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like I haven't got it yet. Touch wood that I don't, and but I'm just surprised because like I have a weak immune system and as it is, and I'm just surprised. But like
Yeah.
it's interesting. I think if we were in a different well, I think if we outside of the virus, outside of the coronavirus situation, I think if we lived in a hotter climate, we would rarely get sick, rarely get sick.
Yeah, but I suppose it just depends on the person. Like you just
Yeah, but
it
I
just
think our
happens.
climate has something to do with it. I don't think we're very deficient in vitamin D, and I think we spend most of our time indoors and everything, and we're not. And like even now it's the summer,
So the
it's not
weather's
even
taking a turn
warm.
for the worse.
You know, I think we almost have like a predisposition because we're Irish to get sick more.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I've been like completely fine during this whole thing, which is kind of it doesn't really add up. You think during this whole thing you've more chance of getting sick, but I've been completely fine, and I was really sick for the months prior. But I'm happy about that.
What do you do when you're sick? When you're sick with whatever you have, what's your like routine?
You know what? I think
Do
routine when
you
you're
like being sick?
no,
Yeah, like I know it's a stupid question, but do you like it in any way?
no, I really
Like as
don't.
in, okay.
No, like because
I
no,
like it for one day, and that's the first day because I get to relax and just sit down and watch a lot of shit.
yeah, but then it becomes kind of very repetitive and very kind of
A nuisance, yeah.
a nuisance. Yeah,
And
but like
what's your routine?
before I was literally about to say, I think when you're sick, routine just goes out the window.
Yeah.
You don't have it. You're literally bed, but depending on the sickness, you're kind of bedridden for however long it takes to recover, and you kind of just like you can't eat the same. You're kind of trying to eat foods that your body will allow you to eat. So like, say you're like have a stomach bug or something, you could like crackers or toast, something light. So you're not kind of because if you're weak, your stomach will probably just what's the word regurgitate everything that you've eaten, and you've been drinking water and kind of herbal teas or lemsips or whatever it may be. So you're kind of very limited to what you what
Yeah.
you can take in, and it's kind of it's not like and as I said, you're bedridden, you sleep for a lot of the day. I suppose like people like sleeping, but not when they're sick. Take baths to relax and everything, but like it kind of the kind of enjoyment, as you said, the first day or two might be okay in terms of like being able to like I don't know take a bath or sleep for the day or whatever it may be, but and then on the flip side of that, you're probably at your worst, like you're the sickest on the first day or two. So there's I personally don't like being sick, and I don't like
No,
yeah
I'm not saying that I like being sick around, but for some reason I do get like a kick out of like the first day of being sick. I hate being sick. I don't when I wake up and I'm sick, it's annoying. But as in, I like the kind of the first day where you kind of get to just relax, put on a bit of Netflix or something. But then
mm-hmm.
after that, it just becomes a fucking nuisance, like, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, no,
Yeah, like
I don't
for me,
have I don't have a
you know
routine.
that kind of, you know that it's not a saying, but you know the kind of uh, the rule when you're sick is like to rest up and all, and
Mm.
like be in bed and all. I can't really do that. I don't like. I'm not a bed person, so I kind of want to sit. If I want to be up and
Yeah, well, you don't have to stay in
be on the
bed. You can go down
computer
to
or
the
something.
couch or whatever.
Yeah, but I think that's detrimental. I don't. I think you're putting too. I think we're when I do that or whoever does that, like they're on the computer instead of being in their bed, they're putting the brain into so much activity.
Mm.
Like you, okay, physically I'm not active, but I'm active in here because I'm um being was it stimulated by the screens and all that stuff, and I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if that helps.
No, no.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to bring up? Anything on your mind? Obviously, brought up the whole
I was
coronavirus
gonna, yeah,
situation.
well, I was the last couple of days I don't know,
Re-
it's just with the whole George Floyd thing and all. I'm not talking about racism, but I just kind of went down a rabbit hole of just like governments and stuff and politics. And I was just wondering, like, as in, because I was doing a lot of research into like capitalism and socialism, and like just like, what's your what you, I'm not asking for your political views or anything like that. I'm just saying, what's your opinion on those two systems?
well, I suppose each country has their own kind
You're
of.
wrong. You know you're wrong.
No,
You're
my
wrong.
it doesn't matter. But like, obviously, each country has their own kind of their own under all different types of leaderships, and some have uh, they're dictators. Like some leaders are dictators, totalitarian kind of governments that just literally it's all power. We're in charge. You do what we say, and then obviously the other flip side of it is kind of like. See, I don't really know. Like, I wouldn't have too much knowledge about it, so I don't want to say something and pretend that I'm like completely in the know about all this because, like, it's not really
Really
kind of my.
twist your words.
Well, no, I know the terms capitalism, socialism, but like, it wouldn't be my
Would
strong
you
suit.
would you would you want a capitalist government or a socialist government
That's a tough question.
in this country?
In
What like
Ireland, put me on the spot now.
really
Probably socialist.
what? Really? Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, Daniel.
All right, boycott.
We'll go. No,
No, well,
well,
like,
that's interesting.
no,
Why would you?
no, well,
I know you're not. I know you're not neither am I. Like an expert in this, but why would you want a
no,
socialist?
well, give me your take first on why you'd want a capitalist government.
Well, yeah, okay. Like when I was younger, I used to think, oh, socialism, and all. And in theory, like socialism is it's good, it's kind-hearted, it comes from the heart. But I don't think outside the household, socialism should exist, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
So, what are your reasons for
the
wanting a
reason
capitalist
being
government?
is I think I the reason why socialism will work in my house, in a house, like with your family rather than outside, is because
Mm,
there's an element of trust there. I trust you to share the stuff and spread everything equally.
yeah.
But outside is different. I don't trust everyone in the world, so I don't think it's fair to spread the wealth. Also, like there's no I kind of believe in incentives and equal opportunity. You know what I mean by equal
Yeah.
opportunity?
Yeah.
And everyone is entitled and should be allowed to seek opportunity. And
Yeah.
I don't think that's enabled under socialism. I think you're pretending socialism you're giving lazy people who don't work hard for what they've earned the same amount as what someone who has been busting their ass for their life to earn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's fair enough.
I don't. I just don't think there's incentives in socialism. What do you think?
Well,
I don't hate socialism. I wish socialism. I wish socialism would work because it has good intentions, but I don't know if it can. Like I think Margaret Thatcher said once, she was like, now I'm misquoting her completely, but she was basically like that. Basically saying that eventually under socialism, the money would run out. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If you're just spreading wealth, money will just run out.
Mm. True, but I suppose with everything, like whether it's a socialist government or a capitalist kind of government, there needs to be a fine balance. Like you can't just like, because if you're a capitalist government, you can't
Oh
just
yeah,
you can't just like say we're in charge and you have to do what we do and you have absolutely no say in it and we're going to be like dictators basically. What we
well
say
that's not what
goes.
capitalism is.
Well, kind of, you know what I'm trying to
In
get at.
theory, though, like capitalism has good intentions as well, but the thing is, it gets a bad rep because you have certain governments, certain people, certain companies, even like big banks and all this stuff, just wrecking the place, being greedy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, and then like capitalism is kind of one of those things where it's like if the economy just isn't going well, people are going to turn on it, and that's when the rise of socialism will occur. You see it in kind of Britain with like Jeremy Corbyn and all.
Yeah.
Um, even in like you see it in kind of like Venezuela as well. Venezuela socialism just is in Venezuela. I think Venezuela is the worst example if you're for socialism though.
Oh,
But
really?
also you see it like Eastern European countries, former Soviet Union countries, they
Yeah.
kind of what happens is they come out of the Soviet Union and they think they're going to be getting prosperity, and in theory they should under capitalism be allowed to prosper, but because they've a lot of the countries over there have been ridden with um with terrible leadership, undemocratic leadership, and with dictatorship really, and greed.
Mm.
They think they think that is capitalism. So they're like, oh, I wish. And if you ask any of them that come from those countries that are really poor, they'll say under socialism in the Soviet Union was much better
Mm.
because it was probably because they were getting money, but unfortunately because they've been under the leadership of just terrible, terrible, greedy people. That's what
That's,
they think capitalism is, and then like, oh, they're almost like, well, why don't we just go back to how it was? Why don't we just go back to socialism? But I just,
mm.
yeah, I think that's what gives it a bad name. Just terrible people doing terrible things.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it's just whether you're a socialist leader or a capitalist leader, as you said, no one can be trusted. Like, whether you are
Yeah,
for
that's
capitalists
the
or
thing. Like,
socialists, who's in charge, they can't be trusted. Like, people can turn at any moment and just completely take different lanes in terms of leadership and completely
well,
screw over people of their country, whoever it is.
yeah, what's interesting is like, is in what's interesting is the emphasis that we give on governments, the power we give to governments almost. It's like, and it kind of is in relation to like the situation going on in America with the whole racism thing. And it's like the reason like we, without going too far into it because it's a sensitive topic, but the reason we feel so like divided between cultures is because of governments. It's because like I've placed a border here,
Yeah.
so we've made territories of places, and I don't think, and nationalism, nationalism, and I
Mm.
don't know if that's good because then it just creates havoc. I think, and I wonder. I don't know. I really don't know about de-weaponizing governments in terms of giving taking away the power. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it
No,
just
I think
I
in the
definitely
long run that
think
would
I
be bad.
definitely think I definitely think giving government way too much power can lead to those kind of things because
Yeah,
you're giving power to idiots who love themselves and are doing it for narcissistic reasons.
but the thing is, if you take away the government's total power, that there'd be no stability for any economy. The government is
Yeah,
there for a reason to keep stability and to keep the countries kind of grounded.
yeah. It's just a bit unfortunate because I don't really trust any politicians really.
No,
Um,
they're very hard to. They're not very likable. The majority of them, and as you said,
yeah.
they can't be
I
trusted.
think that I don't think but the thing is then again it's like if I was to run for office and I was like let's say to be part of a party and then try and kind of run as a TD in Ireland or run for some area of office in Ireland, I think a lot of people would dislike me. You know what I mean? Like, as in, I think we're just as humans, we're not gonna like everybody. So
But I was
I'd just
literally about to
do
say
it.
that, like, as people, you can't make everyone like you. No, not every single person is going to like you. That's just how it is. And politics probably
Yeah,
have that. Like,
yeah,
politics probably have a lot more people that hate them than like them, which is
yeah. Like,
just how
I'm
it
not gonna
goes.
say what party I support in Ireland,
No,
but
we're
like,
not. We're not getting into this whole,
no,
which
no,
is
I'm not.
why
No, I'm not gonna say.
bringing
I
up
just
the
even that the
election.
leader of the party that I fucking don't like.
I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
Joe.
Hmm? No, I was thinking of ABBA.
Yeah, I was on I was on on Instagram today, and I was getting really annoyed, just getting really annoyed at like
Are we
people
going on to a new
posting
topic,
like,
or are
what?
we still talking about the kind of
No, no,
politics?
no.
Or...
I'm just going. I'm just
Okay.
going.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
No, just I was just going. Just, do you ever get really annoyed with Instagram sometimes? Like, it's just like sometimes people are clearly posting just to show off or just for posting's sake.
I think that's just
Fucking
social media
piss
in a
my
bit of
goat, like some of the stuff on Instagram.
social media in a nutshell. Really, like it's for people to. Again, social media has a lot of pros and cons. Somewhat, probably more cons than pros. Maybe you can feel free to disagree or whatever, but I don't know.
I generally agree. What came into my head when you said that was like, but like at the same time, like with everything, like whatever creation in this world, everything comes with negative.
Yeah, well, that's true as well.
You know, but it just it just gets my goat. It
I
just get
find social media to be very toxic, very it's a
what's
platform
toxic about it though? Like what?
because I
Because
feel
toxic to me is probably different to you.
no, because I feel well the toxic side of social media for me is that I feel people can say anything they want to people with no repercussions because it's through a screen.
Sorry,
So
say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said I feel it's toxic from my point of view because I feel people can say what they want, like somewhat like bullying sense, like they can say what they like towards anyone, insult them, as I said, bully them, even
Oh,
be
like comments and all.
yeah, not even be. I know we don't want to bring it up. They can be racist on social media or all that kind of stuff, and just completely get away with it because it's it's through a screen, and they're never probably some of these people they won't see, and just feel like I can say what I want, and he or she is not going to do anything about it. But then
Yeah.
these kind of whether it be Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever, they don't really they don't really do anything about it, and I don't know if they can. Like, what can they do? Like, there needs to, I think, well, I personally think there needs to be more stricter kind of the sort of looking for
Well, I
on
disagree with
these.
that part. I disagree with that part
What part?
because I just think if you take away one thing, if you take away people's like opinions, like just opinions, like it's in they're told me on whatever photo I posted to fuck up or whatever, or said something mean to me or something. I think if you kind of take that away, it's like you're just starting a snowball effect.
No,
Suddenly
but
I'm not allowed to post a photo of me with my bicep because it's too graphic. You know what I mean?
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that like it's okay to say like these stuff like if it's like kind of as long as it's kind of grounded in terms of like how kind of you say it. Like if you just like because bullying, as I said, racist kind of being racist to somebody, that's when the line has to be
Oh
drawn. So that's
racism
yeah.
or
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Like saying like "f off" to someone isn't like it's not crossing the line. It's rude, but it's not to the extent of bullying someone.
yeah, it is rude.
It's
Imagine
very.
that someone just fucking commented underneath, like you just post a nice selfie with your family, just fuck off.
But like, yeah, that's I just find it very toxic because I see a lot of that on social media platforms, and it kind of makes me go, why are people like? Why do people do this? Why do people have to just hate for no reason?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you, 1 second. Can you go? Can you go? I'm doing a podcast. Yeah, close the door as well. Matt, close the. Yeah. Few technical difficulties there. 1 sec. You keep talking. I'll be back in a second.
Few technical
Entertain.
difficulties here. He has to. Oh, typical, isn't it? But yeah, that's I just find social media quite toxic in that sense. That there seems to be a lot of bullying or kind of racist, kind of not all the time, but sometimes.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, he's back. So yeah, no, I just find that side of it very, very toxic and just not nice.
So yeah, like I think Instagram's probably one of the worst. It's good. I actually do like Instagram, but it's like there's a lot of negatives to it as well.
Well, that's with everything. Like
I think Instagram's probably the most narcissistic.
yeah.
I think Facebook is the most stupid. You see a lot of people on Facebook post stuff, and they think they're like, oh yeah, I'll share this because it has a valid point. But then they're like, oh, you're such a dumb.
Facebook has kind of died down a lot over the years. I don't think many people our age use Facebook anymore because obviously the growth of Instagram and Snapchat or even Twitter has kind of.
I hate Snapchat. Never liked it. I don't know why. Just me and Snapchat never got on.
Yeah, it's for some people. It's not for others. It's the case with everything, really. But again, like Instagram, it's very has its pros and cons. Like some good stuff, some bad stuff. But
have you been watching any football?
Sorry, have I been watching any football? I'm waiting for the Premier League to come back. Like I just want because Chelsea are playing next Sunday. 5 days next Wednesday.
5 days away.
Yeah, so Wednesday, the 17th of June, is the first game. I think Arsenal are playing Man City, and I think
that's a good game.
Sheffield United are playing Crystal Palace. I think they're the two games. But
are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, I actually can't wait. Like we're playing Aston Villa, Chelsea are playing Aston Villa on Sunday, and I get off work.
Chelsea? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I thought that's actually yeah.
Eden Hazard.
Yeah, I miss him very much. But like
I hate Hazard. I hate him.
Well, I hate you.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, but I get off work early on next Sunday. I'll miss the first half an hour, but as soon as I
are you in work? Are you? Is that what you said?
Yeah, next Sunday. Yeah, I finish at like 4:30, I think. So as soon as I clock out, I'm get straight on the bus home, and then like watch it on the bus on my phone because it is on Sky Sports, but we don't have Sky Sports on my television, unfortunately, or BT.
Yeah.
BBC.
Who and we're going.
BBC are showing like 4 games, and 2 of them are FA Cup games, and then Sky and BT have all of the games.
BBC have terrible football coverage now.
Who?
Probably because they don't get the rights.
Who?
BBC.
What? BBC is the OG of.
No, yeah, I know they're the OG, but the Sky Sports are basically like dinosaurs.
Milan BT as well, yeah.
Like, yeah, I prefer BT to Sky Sports.
Oh yeah. Like Sky Sports is just very tedious in terms of their like just
There's something a bit fake about Sky Sports, like the analysts and stuff, and even the presenters. It's just like.
Don't get me wrong.
I wonder what their dislike to like ratings are. I wonder if they know that.
We spoke about like politics probably being more disliked than liked. So, but well, I suppose people have their opinions on people. It's just some people like them, some people don't. But I kind of look at it.
It's like some presenters just
like Michael Owen was on BT.
Yeah.
Stating the most obvious facts you'll ever see. I think once he said, if Man City don't score, they hardly ever win. It's like, yeah, thanks, Michael. I think that's the case for every team. But it's like, I sit there.
He's even wrong in that sentence.
Oh, but
they don't hardly ever win. They never
win. But it's like, I sit there and I go, like, if he can get on there, so can anyone. Like,
yeah.
Not only did he state such an obvious fact, he got it wrong, like you said. You never win if
Do
you
you like
don't
Robbie
score.
Savage?
Oh, no.
He's a bit weird, isn't
He
he?
got into this whole argument with John Terry, and I was like, and even a lot of people are like, Robbie Savage doesn't even come close to the career that John Terry had. Robbie Savage
I love his highlights where he's just kicking it over the bar.
he played for the worst Derby County team that ever existed, that got relegated with
Yeah.
11 points out of a possible 114. And I think he won one League Cup in his whole career. That's it.
On the bench, probably.
Well, he probably started, but that's because he played for Leicester when they were in the either got relegated from the Premier League or in the Championship. And as I said, played for the worst Premier League team ever.
He gets a bad rep because I think he's almost too opinionated, and they're like, and then the player, whoever he's targeting is like look what you like, because he puts out these kind of like just these drastic opinions.
Yeah.
With no basis to them, with no like accuracy. And
I think he just likes to have a go at people without backing himself up or looking at the person he's debating with and go, oh yeah, no, he's actually had a way more successful career than me, and I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. He just doesn't do that.
I love RT's punditry. That's my favorite punditry. Eamon Dunphy was the GOAT. Eamon Dunphy was the GOAT.
Just stop.
No, he was the GOAT though, because you have to take into account is entertainment value, and that's what a lot of these English broadcasters are missing. They're too
yeah, but it's really fact and fiction. Eamon Dunphy talks a load of
but that's what you need.
Crap.
Man, they did better views than most, like BBC and Sky. You know, they were doing way better views.
If RTE was showing a Champions League game or Sky Sports was showing a Champions League game, I would put on Sky Sports. I can't watch RTE coverage. I can't watch it. I can't.
That's the English in you.
Maybe, but like I prefer, as much as some of the kind of pundits you get on Sky Sports kind of, and just like even on BT as well. I just can't listen to the pundits on RTE talk about football for any more than 5 minutes.
Why is that? No, but apart from Eamon Dunphy, why is that? Because there's some good pundits. You can't say John Giles, even though he's not on RTE anymore. John Giles, he was a very good pundit.
Like, I know, I guess I was just so used to growing up watching like Sky Sports coverage of stuff and like BBC, and because obviously you're probably right in saying it's the English in me, because my dad brought me up watching football. That's how I got my love of football, through my dad bringing me to Chelsea games and this and that I was so used to watching, as I said, BBC coverage or Sky Sports coverage. You
used to walk around with an English jersey as well. The balls on you.
I can't deny that I'm half English, so. But like,
my granny bought me a Northern Ireland training. Like half zip.
Did you wear it?
What?
Did you wear it?
Yeah, but the thing was, it was when I was like 7 or 8 or whatever.
It doesn't matter. That's just excuse.
No, but the thing was, when I think about this regularly. I'm like, how did I not get abused? Because like by some of the guys on my team and all, like, isn't.
Yeah, because they were probably 7 or 8.
Yeah, they don't know the politics.
Yeah, exactly. It's too young. But like, yeah, I'm not really a fan of Irish coverage of football, because it's not the main sport, whereas in England it's the main sport, so they there's a lot more further in-depth analysis. Like, don't get me wrong, RT do their best, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, see, I'm a bit different to you. Like, if I'm watching international football or Champions League, I'm always tuning into RT.
Oh well, if Ireland are playing like if it's international, like friendly.
Man, yeah, don't be watching Sky. Don't be watching Ireland on Sky Sports.
Well, Ireland are hardly ever shown on Sky Sports anyway, so.
Yeah, they are.
Not really.
The qualifiers they are.
Maybe a couple of them.
Every Irish qualifier game, it's on Sky Sports.
Is it?
It is, because if England was playing the same day, it wouldn't be. But the thing is, the way it's televised, it's like England will always play a different day. Wales will play a different day.
Mm. Yeah, well, I just kind of it's just systematically being on every Ireland game is on RTE, so that's the only exception that
Yeah,
I'll watch.
I think in Ireland we put way more emphasis on GA, way
But
more.
that's what I
Like
mean. That's
just
what I
like
said.
even just
Football.
funding in general.
That's
Like
what.
as in, there's an importance on putting our kids into GA instead of soccer, really.
Mm,
Um, and I actually kind of understand it because there's much more inclusion and a bit of family involved in GA than soccer.
yeah, but that's what going back to the point I said. It's not football or soccer is not the main sport here, whereas in England it is. So they kind of it's more their kind of strong suit. I know the pundits that are on RTE are obviously football experts. Um, so like,
Don't
but
be
I
slagging
just
off Darren Maloney.
what's his name? Do you know the only RTE pundit that I actually like is Richie Sadlier.
Yeah, he's alright.
He's the only one that I'll actually listen to without.
Who's there? There's Richie Side, there's Damien Duff. Didi Hammonds, I like him. He's German, but like as
Yeah,
in not that it's a bad thing, but like as in I kind of like his kind of like this is his attitude or whatever.
who's the guy with the little kind of hole in his in his chin? I can't think of his name, but he's very
Oh,
recognizable.
Liam Brady,
Is it?
the ball guy.
Yeah, with the kind of little kind of dent
Well, I've
and
never
yeah.
seen a hole on his chin, but
Well,
Liam
it's like
Brady.
yeah. But funny enough, do you know he's actually it doesn't matter. I'll be here all day trying to explain the family roots
You related
of
to him?
him somewhat.
Oh, you're related to everyone,
I'm not related to everyone.
man. You're related to Barack Obama.
Yes, he's my third cousin
Yeah,
twice
you
removed.
were like literally. I'll be talking about like someone like, oh yeah, I'm his second, third. I wasn't there. You
What's
hear
it?
me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't mean to.
He thought he thought the mic was off. But yeah, no,
You're a flat and black rock.
but I
Man, don't be
yeah.
going to those flats in Black Rock now. They're fucking Black Rock kids are dangerous.
Be careful what you say on this platform. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of the RT. I prefer the kind of Sky Sports and BTs and
Yeah.
because as you mentioned, I've been used to watching that, and they kind of, as I said, football is the main sport in England, whereas over here it's kind of a bit more kind of it's taking the back seat a little bit. Well, not taking it, but always been in the back seat. But yeah, that's it really.
Are you looking forward to the Euros next year? I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Like any football tournament, I'll always look forward to. It's just an awful shame it didn't happen this year, but that's just it is
Yeah,
what it
but
is.
maybe it's fate. Maybe Ireland might win it now.
If we get to it, it'll be a great achievement.
Yeah, Irish football is mad because like every time we qualify, it's under some like weird like circumstance. It's like, oh yeah, but we got into the top eight of the top of the best defensive record in the UEFA, so somehow that qualifies
But you
us.
remember the Euros in 2016?
Like we lost all our nations. Did we lose all our Nation League games, or they got 1 point?
I think yeah, we got like 1 or 2 points, I think. So like,
And I'm somehow through the Nations League. We're eligible for play.
but like, do you remember the Euros? We had Belgium, Italy, and Sweden in our group,
Yeah.
and we came third, and we
Ah,
got out the group.
wait. But Portugal came third, and they won it.
No, but I'm not saying that like it's bad. I'm just saying we always just somehow scrape through everything.
Yeah.
There was literally, I think,
You
two or
know what
three.
our nickname shouldn't be the boys in green. It should be what you call them, the cockroaches. Because no matter what you do, we're just we're staying alive.
Yeah,
We're
it's like a cockroach. No
we're
matter how
surviving.
times you try and stand on it or squish it, it just won't die. But like, what was I say? I
Oh,
think like,
no, just like Darren Wald ran those big loop up the pitch against Germany,
yeah, and then
and
Shane
Shane Long
Long
just
scored.
scored.
That's just what we did. Like, it's just, oh, I suppose that's why we. It's just, yeah, it's
Nah,
just how we
man,
play.
I love supporting the boys in green. Though. Like I'm so like they like you ask me what team I support. They're the team I support. I'm so like man, some of the best nights of my life been like when we score an equaliser against Serbia in the last minute. You know what I mean? It's just because like what's interesting is we're so shit starting out. We're so bad starting. Like it
No, we're
takes us about
just so
45
bad,
minutes
and
to get into. We don't get into the game until they score.
yeah, and then half the time it's too late, and then they end up scoring
Yeah, and
again.
then in the last 25 minutes somehow we're like amazing, and then it's like we
Cal, we're
just
not amazing. We just lump the ball into the box and hope for the best.
don't be dissing Kevin Doyle.
Kevin, like looking at looking
How
at some
long
of
have
the
we been on
plan.
for?
I have no idea. It's definitely over
Oh,
40 minutes.
yeah,
Let me
keep
see.
going.
But like, I look at some of the players that we have in the team now. Glenn Whelan, what like? Why is he still?
Nah, he's retired. He's retired.
Yeah, good. He's so bad. How he started is
You
beyond
remember,
me.
you know the joke we have about him,
Yeah, the fact that
him and Keith Andrews.
do you know what his favorite haircut is? A short back and sides, because that's the only place he passes the ball.
I just love how the hatred that
He's
that
shite,
you.
and the fact that he starts regularly for Ireland is just a perfect encapsulation of how bad we are. He played in Scotland, and he still starts for Ireland.
Glenn, I'm through. I'm through. All right, just passes it back to the
It's
keeper.
like Shane Long is through. He's beaten the offside trap. He's in between the two centre halves. All Glenn Whelan has to do is play it through. Not there's what's his name, Robbie Brady out on the left. There you go. Like, honest to God,
I tell you now, he's good at the lateral. He's good at the transverse playing,
Cal. He's been playing
side to
football.
side
He's been
and back.
playing football for about 20 years. If he can't pass the ball sideways and backwards, he shouldn't be playing football.
Yeah,
Everyone,
I remember when I was younger, because I went to a lot of Ireland matches when I was younger, and I really want to start getting back to like going to Ireland matches again because I missed the buzz. But remember when I was younger, I remember I was in the car with my uncle and my cousin, and I think we were going to the game against like Slovakia or something.
turn
And
the
like
car
my
back around.
uncle's a real football head. Like apparently he was like really good back in the day, like whatever, just really good. And he has a good brain, like football and brain. And he's like saying what you say. We're saying we just don't have anyone that can create or like
We
pass
actually
the
don't.
ball
Wes
forward.
Houlihan was the
And
best
he
we
was going.
had.
Now I'm making a shambles out of this because he was going into like in-depth analysis on what we do wrong and all this stuff.
Good man.
You know what?
Good man himself.
Yeah, and I remember he was like Glenn Whelan. He just went on a fit about Glenn Whelan. I was like, I remember I was like, I had no argument, and he was like, and he stopped talking and just went, and me being like a super Irish, and I was like, yeah, but he was in the Man City academy.
Jesus Christ. That was back when Man City were like terrible.
Yeah, so Ethan could get into that academy.
No, but it's like, I think, like I say that this we're crap because we are crap. But I think a lot of like Irish fans know that we're crap. We just enjoy the very few good moments that we have.
You know what? We're crap, but more than any other country in football, and I'll say this very commonly, we're the most exhilarating in terms of like of the outcome. Like we're always on our feet. Like is it, are we gonna get an equalizer? And then it's like the last minute. It's like, yeah,
But
you
like
know what
I
I mean.
remember,
We're always on our toes.
the
And it's
Euros.
like a love hate relationship because like we're so bad yet we somehow always manage to rescue results. Like we very rarely go from a campaign where we lose more than two matches at most.
Yeah, but that's because we draw about 70% of them.
we
But like,
we're going to qualify to the World Cup because of because of the amount of draws we got. I was like, congratulations, you're top of the table for draws.
the team with the most draws gets into the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. But I remember Roy Keane said, I think it was the Euro 2016. I think it was after one of our group games, or even after the game. I think it was one of the group games. He said that, you know, the way Ireland fans are renowned for being the best, which is
that's not
true.
just in soccer, you know. That's
I know it's not in
boxing and
soccer. I mean,
everything.
like in general, but like, is that like seriously what we're aiming for, to have the best fans? The football is just completely irrelevant. We just want to have the best fans. Like,
Is that what he said?
yeah, well, I kind of agree with him. What do the fans not want to see the team? I think the fans would like to see the team.
No, we do.
Win.
But as in, unfortunately, because we're not blessed with great caliber players, like we don't have that much to talk about. Like,
Yeah,
as in,
especially
if
Glenn
you ever
Whelan.
look at a halftime analysis on RTE, so like
I don't watch RTE, so
no, over Ireland though, a halftime analysis
yeah,
for Ireland
I was
on
only
RTE,
joking.
and it's like Liam Brady, and it's 0-0, and we're playing fucking Bulgaria, and he's literally analysing like quarter chances or half chances where
It's
like,
so embarrassing.
we played a through ball and like Shane Long completely misses it and it just goes into the keeper's hands. It's like, this is great play because he passed this forward. Look at him here, he's passing it forward.
It's so cringy. It's like, oh, that just wasn't even
Here's a great chance. It's like we get a fucking corner.
A throw in near the corner flag. See,
Here
if we
we
can
go,
get into these positions more, if we can get more throw-ins, then we have a chance. I'd say, oh my god,
our chances are us gaining territory like you would in rugby. Kick the ball up the pitch. Oh look, we're in there, like quarter.
Because we spend so much time in our own half trying to defend. It's like,
and then it's like,
all the players will start getting a nosebleed when they go up
ball
there.
into the box. Like Aidan McGeady, dodgy ball into the box. It's like it goes from head to head, and then like Shane Long hits it over the bar. It's like, this was a great chance because Shane was coming past it to Aidan McGeady. Aidan McGeady did a bit of a whiz in the skill and the skill of do and the skill of pop.
And another thing that annoys me about Irish football is that half the players aren't even Irish.
Oh man, that does get me. Look, at the same time, I'm not going to complain because, well, actually, I will complain because there definitely is a case of like people playing for Ireland just for the sake of playing international football, and they don't actually care about the country.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's just the modern footballer. They don't really care about sentiment. It's all about their own kind of selfish game.
It's just when you get a guy in an interview and he just decided to play for Ireland, so they sit him down the pre-match press conference like, so whatever your name is, what like talk to us about your Irish roots. It's like, so my grandmother's stepson is Irish, and you know I just remember
He's
watching
the thickest London or English accent ever.
I just remember watching Fair City one day, accidentally on RT player. I didn't mean it. I was actually trying to watch porn, and
Could have just said Coronation Street.
I couldn't think of it now. I'm a dirty mind. Yuked off that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Though it's like the only off the top of my head, the only instance where I really is Jonathan Walters. He's a true Irishman.
He's English.
Or Kevin Kilbane. He's that he I wouldn't consider him English in any way. But he's very Irish.
But Jonathan Walters is English.
No, but like yes. Like if you go by birth cert and everything, and but he wore his heart on his sleeve for her, and he gave it his all. And Kevin Kilbane is first generation English or whatever. So all of his family are from Ireland, so he was brought up Irish. You know what I mean?
Do you know the whole issue? Remember Jack Grealish and Declan Rice? Like,
man, I remember being in the pub with you and being like, I fucking can't stand that Declan Rice anymore.
And I said, he's fucking English. He lives in England. He makes his living in England.
No, but the problem with that was...
And same with Jack Grealish. It's their choice.
The problem with that was, okay, first I'll talk about Jack Grealish. The problem with Jack Grealish was that he played for our under 21s, would celebrate all the time when he scored, like with loads of passion. He put the hand on the crest and all, and he took chances from actual Irish players in that squad. He took he took positions from certain actual Irish players, and then he's like, you know what, I feel like playing for England, you know. And then Declan Rice, oh, that was a really scummy move, I thought, because he played three. Never mind all the underage. He played three friendlies. Okay, friendlies, but he's kissed the badge, sang the national anthem.
But at the end of the day,
And then that guy, whatever his name is, gold over at the FA. He's like, oh, but we can tease you with this Nike promotions and all. You know what it was? What dragged him over to the other side was like promotions and sponsorships and everything else.
and the chance of playing at World Cups and Euros and potentially winning it.
Yeah, but like, as in, that's not the same as like having a dramatic
Yeah, but that's what.
entrance
Yeah, but
into.
footballers. The point of football is to win trophies,
Yeah, but
play.
like, as in, international football should be different than that. It's not league football.
Like I,
Oh,
I didn't necessarily agree with the whole complete hatred and oh he's a snake and it's
well,
like
he is a snake though.
he's not. He's English.
Like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's English on paper, but the
What do you
fella
mean on paper? He was
represent.
born in England.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he's English, but the fella represented us at every single level and made 3 professional appearances.
No friendlies.
Yeah, I know, but they're still professional, and they're still under 21. So, and like even now, like they're trying to get rid of that now. They're trying to reenact or de-enact or whatever the word is trying to, if you play a friendly, you have to represent that country, or not yet, but they're trying to instate that.
Yeah, but I suppose at the end of the day, it's their careers and it's their choice. Like,
Declan Rice,
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
but
he gets the lights.
I'm sure he'll recover. But
Like,
but it's like the way we're looking at it from a kind of selfish, kind of passionate Irish point of view.
you're not, I am. You're like, oh, it's okay.
Well, it's just I can't help that I have English roots.
Okay.
You're going to ask me would I play for England or Ireland?
Wow.
What?
Really?
What?
Like, I could play for Scotland if I wanted.
No, I said,
Scotland.
no, I said, are you going to ask me would I play for England or Ireland?
Are you going to play? If you had the chance, who would you pick?
Ireland.
Good man.
Ireland.
Because I could play for Scotland. I could cross the waters over there. It doesn't mean I'm gonna.
But who would you really want to play football for Scotland?
Yeah, like as in, if I was gonna pick, it would be Italy over Ireland, maybe.
But that's because
like,
but tell me, why would you pick Italy over Ireland?
yeah, because they're more safe. But I wouldn't pick Italy over. No, but I wouldn't. I'm trying to say I wouldn't though. I wouldn't. I'm just saying like as in, I could see where you're coming from with the Scotland thing, because this is going from one to the other, like the same level.
Scotland have Andy Robertson, and we have no one of that caliber.
Yeah, we have Seamus Coleman.
Yeah, playing for
We have
a mid-table Premier League team.
And the Stevens as well. He's good. And the Stevens is good.
He's
Man,
good,
Sheffield
but he's not
United are very
Andy
good.
Robertson, Champions League winner. And the
We
Stevens.
have wait. Who's the guy? Who's the something Robinson for Sheffield United?
Callum Robinson.
Callum Robinson.
Not even at Sheffield United now.
Oh, where did he go?
He's on loan at West Brom.
Oh,
So
well,
there
I'm
you
just
go.
saying he was very good for Sheffield, and
I'd be
and,
careful. You can't say Sheffield if you're in Sheffield. You get beaten.
and
up.
his uncle's sister's dog was Irish, so
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I don't know. Irish football is very.
No, what I loved about that was, listen, if you want to play for Ireland, great. Like I say, I want anyone to bring us to the Euros and win us the Euros. Like, so I'll take Cristiano Ronaldo if his dog is Irish, you know. But I think we were in contention to get Januzaj as well. I remember Januzaj. Oh no, England were.
Yeah, but he chose Belgium.
How is that even possible?
It's like, remember Harry Kane could have played for Ireland because his dad's from Galway or his granddad's from
Yeah, but he
Galway.
has an Irish name. Is that from Galway? Is it?
I think it's either his dad or his granddad. I'm not 100% sure.
If it was that, it was like that's a good. Wayne Rooney could have as well. No, but like I remember when Callum Robinson came over to Ireland to play, and I remember that his first match, the pre-match interview or whatever he was being interviewed, and they asked about his Irish roots, and he's talking about his Irish grandmother and how it's like, oh, he's always wanted to
It's just garbage. Just stop talking crap. You don't want to
Look,
play
yeah,
for
yeah. I'm kind of like, look. We know you just want to, we know that you think you've no hope of getting in the English squad.
It's like
just say that.
No, but it's like, for club football, like, remember when Man City signed in Nicholas Otamendi from Valencia. He
Yeah.
said, ever since I was a boy, I dreamt of playing for Man City. Yeah, when they were in League One.
You dreamt of was getting 300 grand a week.
No, why would you have dreamt of playing for Man City when they were in the third tier of English football? You lying.
Did he actually say that?
He said, since I was a boy or when I started off playing football, I always dreamt of playing for Man City. No, you didn't.
More like Man United.
He probably got the two mixed up and realised. He said, "Oh, I'm joining Man City instead of Man United." Oh, then proceed to say, "I've always dreamt of playing for a third tier of English football team when I was younger."
Yeah, and also, he's from Argentina, isn't he?
Yeah.
No one back then knew who Man City were in Argentina.
He probably he's probably supported Boca Juniors.
River Plate or something.
Yeah, but they're the main teams over in Argentina. No, not in a month of Sundays you dream of playing for Man City when they were crap.
Look, Daniel. Ever since I was young, I've always been dreaming of playing for ALK Skarsborg in Denmark.
Do you know what? When I started playing at Temple Oak United, I always had a passion for playing for Plymouth Argyle.
I thought you were going to say, I always had a passion for playing for Stella Maris.
No.
I always
dreamt of playing for Parkvale.
Man, Sunday League was some of the
Sunday
best.
League football was just. That's why I want to get back into it when the season starts again, or when football gets.
Well, I think kids Sunday League though, or when we were kids, I mean.
You mean like schoolboy football?
Or schoolboy, yeah. Like as in, like I just remember like the trepidation I would have like going to the match when we were playing like let's say for example a Malahide, in the cup, and you knew there were like 4 divisions ahead of us, and and then I just remember
getting
back
hammered.
then, like they would look massive. They'd look like they were all of them were 6'5", and they destroy us like 8-0 or something. And then it's like,
but in reality, because we're so small, they're only like 5'4" and we're like 4'8".
Yeah, exactly. And like, well, that's still a difference. But then it'd be Park Celtic next week, and they'd be so bad it'd be laughable. You're a bad team when our co-host, who never comes on this show, Ethan Jones, scored 7 goals against you.
Funny enough, you bring up Park Celtic. They, in one of the leagues when I was playing, I was at Manortown. They won our league.
Was that like a Sunday? What's that called? SDFL? Was that an SDFL?
No, DDSL.
Because I think when SDFL.
Yeah.
When I played for Temple Oak, I changed over to SDFL. The team I was playing for was on SDFL, and like it was all posh people.
I've played both DDSL and SDFL because it's South Dublin.
The quality in SDFL is so bad though.
Yeah, some teams were good.
For the most part, well, not actually. No, let me not so bad, but it's just like you're going from literally proper soccer heads to rugby heads playing football.
Yeah, but do you remember? I remember when I was playing for Temple Oak United, we came second in the league, and the team that won the league was Collinstown United.
Oh, Collinstown, boy.
No, but they won the league. They finished about, I think, like 12, 13 points ahead of us. They were first, we were second, and after the season had finished, they'd be given the trophy. They got promoted, but we got promoted as well. So we would have been in the same league. But then the DDS, they basically kept it a secret, but they told the DDSL that they were actually at
You kept the secret, the Collinstown.
Collinstown. They kept it secret that they were actually a major team playing in like B because they needed to win something. So they dropped all the way down to our league and
And were
won
they
like
like
every
really
game.
good? Like
Yeah, they won like every game.
Like what score would they beat you in the two matches you would have played?
I actually remember the first game we lost 3-0 at home.
Okay, against a major team is not terrible.
And then away we actually lost 1-0.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? They could have been a shite major team though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's probably why they dropped down because they knew they could play.
I had
we
something similar happen to me in Manortown when I was younger. We were in like the C League, and Devani Denard.
What a name for a team!
Yeah, I know, man. They were rough. Oh my god, like
were they good?
But
were they good?
Like I remember the pitch they played. What?
Were they good?
Oh, they were really good. They won the league. They beat us 7-1 and like 6-0.
Okay. 6 goals.
But like their pitch was like, oh my god. It was like we went over to the favelas. No offense. It was just like me being, from a suburban area. I went over there and I was like, oh, I was so scared to be over there. But they came from like the A League and they just destroyed it. And again, like I said, they looked like they were 7 foot tall. And then like some of their players would be called Anto, Panto, and Carlo and all. And it's just like, it's like if you had those names, you were just blessed with Messi-like skills.
Like football clubs, especially like even Sunday League now, or even at that like schoolboy level, everyone had a nickname. Well, everyone had a nickname.
Did you have a nickname?
No. No, but like, well, maybe not everyone, but like majority of people would be given a nickname.
Yeah, well, I found like as in the more north you went.
I think it like has nothing to do with like that. I just think like on a football pitch, if you give someone a nickname that everyone knows, it's easier to like communicate. Like say,
am I wrong in saying I felt that like if you any team, well, not every team, but so a majority of teams on the north side, and then kind of like in the kind of West Dublin area were like really good teams. They were just blessed with skill.
I don't think it doesn't have much to do with location. I don't think it's to do with location. Just like it just depends on how good the structure is in that club, and do they produce good players, and do they have like a lot of teams playing at a like kind of Premier Major A level. I don't think it has anything to do with location. Because as I said, you had your experience of.
I don't think rugby's massive apart from in like Clontarf in the north side. So I think soccer and GA would be the main ones there.
Well, yeah, but like you mentioned, like the part, like you said, this hasn't to do with location, but you mentioned like Park Celtic were like really bad when you played them, but then I mentioned that they won our league, so it has nothing really to do with. It just depends on what level the kind of teams you're playing at are against. So,
man,
that's it. Really.
What's the worst score that had been done to you?
The worst score.
I have a score that's really bad.
I'll let you go first because I can't really
11-1.
Who was it against?
It was against some team called. I actually don't even know. It was like a train. It was like some sort of like team that was like based around the train station, and it was my second match for
Railway Union.
Railway Union.
I remember Railway Union.
They were big. It was just around a bunch of hockey pitches.
I actually try to think like I kind of remember a lot of my kind of football, like a schoolboy level, even Sunday League. I've been on more kind of big winning margins rather than losing margins. Like I remember when I was with Temple Oak, I was playing for the SDFL team.
Yeah, you're a glory hunter. You go for the big team.
But I think we played against. I can't remember who we played against. It might have been Knockline. We beat them 15-0.
No, but what's the worst that's been done to you? 15-0.
I'm trying to think. We won 15-0. I actually, I'd probably say maybe 5-6-0. I've never had like an absolute hammering.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
5 or 6 is the worst.
Whenever I played against Knockline, I used to hate them when I was younger.
I have never lost a game against Knockline. I have won every single game that I played against Knockline.
What about Bosco's? St. John Bosco?
I've had a fair few games against them.
Yeah, yeah. And they were the ones I lost, like when I was with Man, we lost about like two that were like 6-0 or something. We got trashed by. But then like the rest of the games, probably played probably 8 altogether against them. Like it would be like we'd win 5-4 or we draw 4-4 or we'd lose like 4-3
The
or
last
something.
time I remember playing against Bosco, I was with Temple Oak, and they were in our league, and we got 4 points off them. We beat them at home 3-2, and then we drew 1-1 away. I gave away a penalty in the game we drew. They scored the penalty, but we got an equaliser. And then I remember one of the guys off our team missed an open goal, I think, and we would have won the game. But yeah, it was I had a fair few games against Bosco. Do you know at Ben Madigan Park, the little
Yes,
park? Like,
yes, I
yeah,
know Ben Madden.
that's where we played them. It was such an odd pitch. It was literally like an
Man,
island out in the middle of the sea, like pitch.
I loved the St. John Bosco's
St. John
kids club.
Basco.
Did they Bosco? Bosco.
Yeah.
Oh man, those are the days.
Have you ever like won anything as a player, like a trophy? I've won a lot of. I have a
Yeah,
lot of runners
I
up
won
medals.
I won my first season with Manitown. I won like first proper season. I won like we came first in the league and I won.
Okay. I've a lot of runners up medals. The amount of times I could have won the league and came like that close.
Oh yeah, I don't have a runners up. I have like I'd say a couple of third place. But like as in most of the teams I play for, we would be mid table.
Yeah. The only thing I will remember, St Mary's we won the Shield last year. That's the first trophy I won, like with a
Yeah.
club. Yeah, I
See, I
think
don't have
yeah.
the. I'm not like as in I used to be not too bad at football, but as in I think because I spent a lot of time away from it because of the gym and stuff, I lost that kind of springiness I had.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've kind of covered a lot in this podcast. I think we'll
How long have we been on for?
I actually don't even know. Well over an hour.
Yeah, I'd say about an hour and 15.
All right. Well, I think
I'm
we'll.
just looking at my watch, you know.
It's upside down,
Um,
but I think that's it for this week's podcast, guys. Thanks again, Cal, for coming on and giving us your
Thanks, Ethan.
takes on
You're
everything.
not there.
And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy it. And we'll see you again for stop. We'll see you
Episode
again
5.
we'll see you for episode 5 next week. See you then, guys, and
See you later.
take care.